Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. And joining me on this edition of Channel Chat is none other than the world famous knife massacre himself, Zeb from Dual Sport Survival. How you doing, buddy? did you
Not
like
bad.
did you like that intro? I've been thinking about that, dude. I've been thinking about that.
That was hilarious.
Now let's be clear though. Let's be clear. Um, Dual Sport Survival. That is the channel. I mean, a lot of us know you from Woodland Tactical, and when when you kind of, I know we had talked about it quite a bit, and you decided just to kind of make the change. And at one point, you told me you were actually thinking about getting away from that aspect of like the torture tests and stuff like that. Is that something you still thinking you're staying away from, or what are you thinking?
Um, Honestly, I think the people that are watching this need to tell me because it seems my more gearing it towards crafting type stuff is not drawing the kind of views that me just going ham did. So let's let our audience decide that in the comment section of this video.
Okay, well there you go. You guys, tell us what you want Zeb to do. If you want him to go back to being the Zeb that we knew from before at Woodland Tactical, where he just, and trust me, guys, people like that. I mean, you and I both know people like
Yeah, do you guys want to see this knife look even more like that?
that.
Or do you prefer a knife to look more like this when I'm done with it?
I like that. That's a nice looking knife.
That's the Falkneven S1
Yeah,
Force
that's
knife.
that's a nice looking knife.
I wanted it in black, but they don't have it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yep.
The blacked out blade.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it like a Cerakote or?
Yeah, it doesn't hold on very long. The first time you baton it through something, it wears off, but it's still cool as hell.
I can I can see you have one of my favorite knives on your table, and I'm going to ask you just to leave it there because if you touch it, it's probably going to cut me.
This guy here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
I put
told you don't touch it. It's going to cut me. I tell you what, dude. It's no lie, man. That knife has cut me more than any other knife I have, and I hardly even touch the dang thing.
Yeah, that's the only knife I leave a lanyard on. I hate lanyards, but that's the one I will leave it on.
That I don't think I have ever, ever had a knife that sharp right out of the box.
Yeah, it was pretty screaming sharp. That
Mine
thing was
was
insane.
mine was stupid sharp. I mean literally, it barely touched me. Barely touched me. And it laid my finger wide open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh my god." I mean, I didn't even feel it. It's that damn sharp.
Yeah, the first time I put that thing to paracord, I was like, holy Jesus.
And then not to mention the lock. That damn
Yeah.
lock has pinched me more times than I care to.
I've yet to get bit by the lock, but
Oh,
you
really?
know,
Oh, lucky you. Oh my
knock on
goodness.
wood there. But yeah, like that's because I've seen so many videos of it biting people. I steer pretty clear of it.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, that's definitely one of them. It's one of them that, yeah, no, no. So, okay, I know you're a pretty decent Cold Steel fan,
Yeah, I've
right?
got a couple up here.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the whole Cold Steel situation? Let's get the Cold Steel according to Zeb. What do you think?
Well, I know they said, a lot of people think they're going under, but I saw some videos from Lynn saying that Cold Steel is going to be, Cold Steel because him and Demko are actually staying on with Cold Steel.
Right.
And
Yep.
actually, Minette's brother knows some people down there at Cold Steel, so I might be able to have him talk to him and see, maybe we can get some more info on that.
Well, I know a lot of people are worried. A lot of people are worried about it just because.
Well, yeah,
And
I am too, because I've been wanting to get an SRK and an 8010 back in the collection, and hopefully by the time I'm able to, they won't be made of like 3CR or something.
well, and that's just, I mean, I when I first heard about it, it surprised the hell out of me. I'd never even I think it did most people. I don't think really anybody ever expected that just one day come out. Yeah, they sold cold steel. Okay.
Yep.
Um, but I looked up the parent company, you know, and this is just I'll give you a cold steel according to JB in my I looked up GSM, the new parent company, and that company, GSM themselves own the number of companies they own it's really ridiculous almost. I mean, they're a business and that's what they do, so I understand, but um
They're like an outdoor Walmart, it sounds like.
yeah, well, yeah, they do specialize in a lot of the outdoor camping, that type of thing for sure.
They're probably
And
owned by Walmart.
who knows? Who knows? I just know the only thing I know is GSM is supposedly the parent company, and I don't know much about GSM. I'll be perfectly honest. I just give them a quick look, and when I see that many companies falling under one umbrella, it kind of makes me concerned because do they? Well, one, are they in charge of the production? Because if they're in charge of the production for all these companies, are they doing 20 things okay instead of doing two or three things really well, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If you look up the address for GSM, their supposedly corporate headquarters, or if you look up that address, it looks nothing more like than a Walmart distribution center. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best.
Well, I think that's pretty much what anybody's doing right now. And I know right before we came on, Peter and Christine were on doing a live stream, and apparently Peter's a member of like the Cold Steel Club. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but like one
Yeah,
of
I
the
know for the little bit that I was in there before my phone froze up, he had the Espada that he was showing.
right, right, and he was kind of talking about it a little bit, and from what he has heard is like the 2021 stuff. I guess has pretty much been developed, basically produced already, or at least in the process. It's maybe the next year, the 2022 stuff, that we might get our first indication of cold steel under GSM. So that'll be interesting.
We might have to get our hands on some of that and beat on it, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
I might
There you
have
go.
to, even if our fans say go easy and continue the crafting stuff in the comments here, I may
Yeah.
have to put the new cold steel to the old school test just to be sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were telling me when we were talking here a while back, you were telling me that a couple of the places that you used to go out and test have pretty much been bulldozed and cleared out, and you can't go there anymore. That's kind of a bummer.
Yep. Still looking for a spot that's as good as that one.
Yeah, like up some old forest roads or something like that.
Yeah, I've taken the bike all over the hill and I still have yet to find a good spot.
Oh, really? That's a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, like these multi tools here and this Recon 1, they might just be doing some cutting tests right here in my bedroom. I got a heap of cardboard next to me. That might be the extent of their testing until I can find a good spot in the woods again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a bummer. I know. Like I told you that night up here, a lot of the places that we used to go, especially like to go and shoot and stuff like that, up the old forest roads and stuff like that, they have gotten shut down too. Now I know here a lot of it has to do with, I mean, people are silly and they go out and they do that stuff, but then they don't pick up their trash.
Yep.
And I mean, that's a quick way to get stuff shut down. And, you know, it's really kind of sad, but I mean, I know you're never going to get everything, but we always try to do our darndest to make sure all our trash gets out with us, even so much as to lay down a tarp where we shoot. So all the brass, you know what I mean, to
Mm-hmm.
help catch the brass. But I mean, there's just, and people dump like refrigerators and stuff up there, just silly stuff. So that's why it got closed down, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I'd love to find a spot. You know, I've got this Papa Bear Knives SC5.
That's a
Right
beauty
here.
too. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
That, you know, I'd like to find a spot where I can really put it to some work and all that. But
Now is that
it's
like,
just
is that hammer
nowhere
forged marks?
I don't know if Alan actually pounds or does stock removal and then just gives it this look.
Okay.
I mean, it feels like it's actually hammered.
Yeah.
Or maybe he heats it up while he's heat treating and then pounds on it a little bit.
Sure. Just to kind of give it that hammered forged look.
Yeah, but it's AEBL steel with a blue resin handle.
That handle's sick. The whole knife is
I
just,
mean,
it's a great looking.
yeah, it's one of those melt into your hand type knives.
It looks like it has a handle that I would really, really enjoy using. It definitely does.
Yeah, like even Minette, she doesn't like a super busy handle,
Right.
and she actually even seemed to like this, you know, because she prefers a more simple handle like this Falkneven or maybe the Gerber Prodigy.
Right.
You know, again, knife you can see that gets put to work.
Yep. What else you got on there? What else you got to show us? Oh yeah, what's
Well,
that?
this
Oh, I
is
know that knife.
yeah, this is Grandpa's old Western L66. This is the one that
Nice.
my very first knife, and I mean, you can see it's been through Grandpa and me.
Right. But that's an awesome stack leather handle, of course, right?
Yep, stack
Yeah.
leather handle, brass on the guard, steel pommel, and it's actually even, if you can see in there, it's even full tang.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Any idea what year that knife is from?
Uh, it's honestly pretty damn old. I mean, my grandpa had this knife when he was my age, and I'm 30, so
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And then I've got Grandpa's Swiss Army Tinker
Oh, cool.
that he passed down to me.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Those are some of the best knives in the collection for sure. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
there's no way those knives can ever be replaced, ever be duplicated. It's just
Yep.
like,
Yeah. Those will be kind of like this one will be to my nephews.
yeah.
You know, this one's got some stories to tell. Like when I blew out my knee, and that was when I first found out what a tough knife it was because I bashed it through a tree branch to make a crutch.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's still like new basically on the action.
Right. Oh yeah,
When I can get my thumb down in there.
we've seen you do some stuff to that knife, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You put it
And I
through a
mean,
couple of torture tests.
even the coating is not really wearing away all that badly
Yeah, that's pretty good.
with all the hell this knife has been through. And this is, I mean, I've had this knife for going on like 3 years now.
Very cool. That's awesome.
And it's with me every day. You know, it may not be the one I pull out and use every day, but it's always on me because I know when stuff goes sideways, this knife will be there.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a good one to have on you. One that you know and trust and believe in that can do the job you're going to want it to do. That's the one you're going to want to have with you. So very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
So, man, you and I have kind of been around since the beginning of us for the most
Pretty
part.
much. I think I came in, you and me were both right around, what was it, like 250?
Somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, it was right after, because there for a while it was you, me,
Jack Farm Boy,
Jack Farm Boy,
Justin over at BCS, John at Grateful Panic, Sean from Geared Toward Gear, Sean from Jet Fuel.
Yep. And we kind of had that whole little kind of pass around thing going on with Valtac for a while.
Yep.
And we were doing
and
that.
And then the Kaiser Cane came along and we kind of put out some mean reviews on it.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened with that. That was a really odd situation. That was just kind of...
Man, I hated the handle on that knife.
I did too. I think all of us did, to be perfectly honest with you. And we should... It was the Vanguard version. It was every other Vanguard knife I've had no issue with whatsoever.
See, their pocket clips drive me insane.
Do they?
Kaiser, I have yet to hold a Kaiser, with the exception of, I want to say it was the Dukes, that has a pocket clip that doesn't bug my hand.
Now, are we talking Kaiser Vanguard, or both?
I want to say they were the budget ones, because it was the ones that Tyler was passing.
Okay, so the Vanguard ones. You're not, because most of the other Kaisers, most of them are full titanium. And
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of titanium either.
Well, I am not a huge fan of full metal knives, period. Titanium, stainless. I prefer a G10 or micarta or something like that. I do have a few, of course, because they're just, I like the overall profile and stuff of the knife. And that's just
if it's on a multi-tool, I don't mind a metal body.
Right.
Especially on this one. This is the Victorinox Spirit X. First mid-weight tool that doesn't pinch my fingers like the meat of my hand in here when I'm grabbing the plier.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, on something like this, I don't mind a metal handle, or even your favorite knife here, because it's got a little dip in there. But those ones with a straight handle where you can just slip, no thank you.
Yeah. Right on. What else you got?
Even Grandpa's old knife here is a little slippery at times. Sometimes I'll take a little sandpaper and just give a little bit of texture to it.
Sure. You still got the Bushmaster by chance?
You know that was going to end up on the
table. That's funny, man. I loved it. That was probably, I'll be perfectly honest with you, that was probably one of my favorite videos that you did. Is when you took that sucker out and put it through the test, we'll say, and I tell you what, that thing hung in there.
Yep. Yeah, I was amazed to find out that it was 1095 and everything, but then they say, oh yeah, it's it's a bushcraft folder. I'm like, okay, well, you're claiming it, I'm gonna find out.
Right.
It's kind of like the first super heavy test I did was on that ZTO 350, and it's because they put a real beast on the box. Well, we found out, didn't we?
If you say it, I'm gonna check it out.
Yep. That's funny. What people coming to me are, gonna.
Dude, I
either love or hate is that I don't hold anything back. If something sucks, I don't beat around the bush. I say this thing sucks. I don't care if I got it for free.
Right. No, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of.
You remember this one on my old channel?
Yeah.
Before they finally got the QC right on it.
Yeah.
God, this thing was just horrible.
Didn't you completely tear up the wire cutter portion of it? They just weren't they really soft?
Yeah, these carbide wire cutters, you can't really cut more than the wire on my motorcycle is okay, but if I'm I let a buddy cut some vape wire with it, and he cracked out the wire cutters, and then the spring on it, on the pliers, gave out. This was the first day of using the first one I had, so it was stuck like this, and I had to manually operate it. Well, I bought it for the spring
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was stuck like that, and then I got my second one in, cutting up a box. The blade chipped out on it.
Oh, really?
I was pretty PO'd about that. And then on the pry bar here, that had rolled, just pulling a nail out of some particle board.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, this is an expensive tool at $100, and the thing blows,
Right.
and then like grabbing a nail with the pliers and pulling, you'd see the needle nose twisting and whatnot.
Right.
And people are like, oh, you can't do that with a multi-tool. Well, I beg to differ, because the Super Tool 300 here will do it no problem.
Right. Right.
Like,
And you think they've got the QC issues fixed on the Gerber?
they seem to have, because I've been, Minette gave this to me for my birthday.
Right.
And I've had it in the woods. I used it to do some roadside repair on my motorcycle, and I'm not having any issues.
Well, that's good. At least if they got it figured out and got it corrected. I mean, it was still a bummer that it was doing it to begin with.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's one of those issues where you pay for a tool, you hope the tool will hold up and be basic, you get your value out of it, basically.
Yeah. Here again, Leatherman OHT, not had any issues other than that grabbing the meat of my finger. You can see it's doing it right in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That hurts like hell when you're trying to cut a wire and then it grabs you.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I would imagine that would not feel too well.
Yeah. Nice little tool. I mean, I have gripes about the lengths of the tools, and why the hell do you have that in there?
Right. I see you've got the Work Sharp field sharpener over there. Is that
I
one
love this.
Is it your field sharpener, or is it one of your primary sharpeners? What do you use primarily?
This.
That? Yeah, right on.
Yep. This is in my backpack at work. That same backpack is on my back when I take the bike out into the hills or go hiking. It's on my bedroom floor when I'm home. This is my primary go-to sharpener, and I mean, I love this thing.
Yeah, I tell you what, I had, the original Work Sharp, the belt sharpener, and that one, man, I used that sharpener for a long time. I mean, I had one of those too, one of the field sharpeners, but I don't know, that was a long time ago. I was like, I want to try something a little bit more in depth. So that's when I got the field sharpener. Man, I tell you what, Work Sharp can do some pretty good stuff. And now they've got that precision adjust out.
Yeah, I'm getting one of those.
I tell you what, man, I mean, it's, people were, when I did my video, people were talking about KME killer and all that. I don't think I'd go that far, because KME's been around a while, and
that's a tall order to be a KME killer.
Exactly, it is.
Or
right
to go
now, especially
toe-to-toe with like a Wicked Edge or something.
Now, see, I know nothing about the Wicked Edge, so I can't speak on a Wicked Edge, But I mean, I have a KME. I like it a lot. But there is so much available for the KME, as far as stones and lapping films and this and that and the other thing. It's gonna be a while before the Work Sharp, I would consider it's gonna need a lot more for it to. Now, price wise, I tell you what, if you're looking for an adjustable angle sharpener to get into and to give, just to kind of break into the market, $50 is a lot better than $250.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, that's where it definitely has an edge there. And if you're somebody that's just wanting to try it out, I would definitely recommend it. I've done a few. I mean, let's see. I've done VG10. I've done some S35. Um, D2. Some lower grade steels, of course. I've done. And the only thing that the Work Sharp doesn't have right now is that really heavy grit stone to really do some. If you got something with some edge damage on it,
Yeah.
that 320 grit's going to take you a while. So other than that, though, I do like it. I do like it quite a bit. So
No, that's why I like this, is because it's got that super coarse, like diamond grit on
Yep.
this side. Nice fine plate, multiple different settings of ceramic,
Right.
and then a strop.
Yep.
So it's all right there.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing is, the KME, you can get you can get cowhide, you can get kangaroo. They've got the strops and everything else available for it. Where as of right now, the Precision Adjust doesn't. And trust me, they're working on it. When I was talking to him anyway, when I first got a hold of it, they said, we're getting this out. And they said, he was like, trust me, we're definitely working on some other stuff for it, but it's just not available right now. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So what's that? What do you got?
That's the Folamov 18650S.
Yeah.
In your groups that you admin, when people are asking about a light, this is the one that you see me recommend a lot.
Yeah.
It's max 900 lumen, bunch of different modes and stuff. And last I saw it, it was like $30 on Amazon.
Yeah.
And Jack Farmboy took this thing, froze it into a brick of ice, and then smashed it with a sledgehammer, and the damn thing still worked.
Oh yeah, he did. Didn't he drive over it too?
Yeah,
he did all sorts of stuff to that
with
thing.
His car, and then it's got the 18650 battery that has, there it is. Sorry, I'm bumping my camera here. It's got this little slot right here. You plug a micro USB cable into and just directly charge your battery.
Right. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I had some tail switch issues with mine after a while.
I haven't.
No?
The battery's dead right now.
Right.
But yeah, I've yet to have any issues with it, and I've used it every time PG&E's pulled their bull crap and knocking my power out.
Yeah. Well, like you said, I mean, Jack did some. He put that thing through the ringer,
and
it held up. So I mean, it's hard to argue with that. I don't know,
for $30. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly. What else you got on the table? What else can you show us?
The last fixed blade that I think I have yet to show on here.
Ooh,
the Topps Cat.
Nice. That handle looks odd.
Yeah, it's, I don't have any real issue with
Is it micarta?
I think it's either micarta or a very smooth G10.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch my video on it from a while back, but
it looks like that's done some work though.
Oh yeah, I batoned it and everything in my video.
Yeah, I tell you what, their coatings hold up pretty well from my experience.
Yeah. And it goes to work as an EDC once in a while because the sheath. Of course, when I take it to work, I don't have the whistle dangling off of it.
Right.
I actually put that back on because I'm trying to sell this knife again.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, the sheath, has this clip that you can throw it on your pocket or your belt. Then you get the knife in here so I don't cut the crap out of myself trying to do this. You can rotate it so it sits scout on your back.
Yeah.
And nobody even knows you have it.
Right. Yeah, that's the one thing. I mean, like Peter and Christine were talking about. I mean, you're in California as well. It's funny that, you could basically carry any of those big, from what I understand, you could basically carry one of those big fixed blades on your hip.
As long as it's carried openly, yeah.
Right, but the minute you have like a 3-inch auto on you, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of, I mean, here at least you guys, it's legal. What, 2-inch? That's your legal length for autos, right?
Yep.
See, here in Washington, it's
Doesn't
not
look
even
like
that.
I care much though, does it?
No.
I don't even know what this knife is. I got it from a buddy at work when he was retiring. He goes, "Hey man, I want to give you an old vintage stiletto switchblade," and yeah,
I like it.
I
like
carry it. Yeah,
Looks
I
like,
carry it from time to time.
has the tip been rounded off, or is that natural?
I'm not sure. He had it for a while,
Yeah.
so he may have rounded it or snapped it off in a gas station fight or something.
The good old gas station fight.
Yeah, I don't care about the auto law. As far as I'm concerned, I'm allowed to carry whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no law written by man can take away my birthright to carry whatever I want.
There you go. What do you? Oh, that's the tomahawk. That's the tomahawk I see poking out there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the cold steel trench hawk.
There you go. That thing's a beast.
Yeah, Andy, I believe, just did a video on it recently. Let's see if I can get it out of here without knocking a whole bunch of crap around.
No, if you can't, that's no big deal. I was wondering what it was poking its head out of there, and I was like, oh, that's the tomahawk.
Yep.
I like that. I like that sheath to it. That's cool.
Yeah, polymer handle, kind of a stick tang, but I've beaten the crap out of this hawk too and not had any issues.
Yeah.
And it's 5160 steel.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, I dig that. I dig the cover. Is it Kydex?
It's Securex. It's the same stuff they make the SRK sheath out of.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's like Cold Steel's own version of Kydex.
Right.
Okay. Kind of like the Zytel.
Yeah.
I think that's, the Zytel sheath that Falcon even uses, that's kind of more temperature resistant.
Sure.
So it's not going to get brittle in the cold. And my only gripe with this sheath is that little thing right there is the retention on the guard of your knife.
Okay.
So that could potentially end badly for you.
Well, I like the look of that knife.
I do too. I just wish I had it in black.
Yeah.
Because the first one I had back on Woodland Tactical was all black.
Okay.
And as you know, I'm in California where, I've had someone call the cops saying I was brandishing a combat knife just using this to open a clamshell package in a Walmart parking lot.
Oh, really?
So I'm rather prone now to carry stuff like this.
No, you need you need that Espada XL. Carry that with you.
I want that thing so bad. I just don't have the money to get it. I would rock that every day. I'd pull it out to cut my lunch with it.
I have no doubt that you would. I like the Recon one. That's a nice. Have you ever had your hands on an American Lawman? Ah, maybe you have.
I actually have a video of this already.
There you go.
Yeah, I made a frog spear with this.
Yep. I love that knife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
I love the American
toilet.
Lawman.
Yeah, like I've said, it's kind of almost like the 80-10 meets the Benchmade bug out. It's just cool.
80-10 meets the bug out, huh? That's an
yeah,
interesting.
because it's
Yeah.
got the nice beefy lock, a little bit thicker stock and everything, but yet it's slicey as hell like the bug out.
Sure.
You know,
Did
you just got to make sure when you release that lock that your finger's in the right place or it's going to bite you.
Oh, trust me. They bite. I know. It was funny. We were
Yeah,
just
and
down at
actually here in California, according to a cop I was talking to, the
yeah.
fact that I can do that, deploy my blade without engaging a thumb stud or a hole or something,
Right.
this is considered an automatic knife. And because it's over 2 inches, technically by California law, it's considered illegal
I don't see how you could consider that an automatic knife.
because you can deploy it. It's like a gravity knife or an auto or whatever. Yeah. That's our state for you.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The only really law up here that I have any issue with is pretty much the auto law. Now, if you read Washington's knife laws, and I wish I could pull it up to read you the exact wording, but it's written to say that basically any knife can be considered a dangerous weapon and fall under the dangerous weapon law if somebody
That sounds like the UK.
if somebody feels threatened.
Well, that's the problem, is everybody feels threatened anymore. I mean, I can pull this out and terrify my coworker.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. That
is a bit of a bummer because, well, I mean, yeah, they just don't know. They don't know what they don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah. Imagine if they knew this was around my neck.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Now, I don't.
Nice little push dagger. That's not legal because it's sharp on both edges.
Both sides, yeah. It's definitely legal. But daggers are definitely illegal up here as well.
Again, to our knife laws, that one-fisted salute that I like to give them.
Do you carry a neck knife much? Do you carry that?
This one I have on me when I'm at work because I occasionally help driving the shuttle and go into some pretty crappy neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Or like I was down in Elk Grove with Minette today, so I had it.
Elk Grove, rough neighborhood?
Yeah, it can be kind of dodgy.
Yeah. Now, let's see. I'm just trying to go through the table, see if we've seen everything.
Oh, I'm pulling stuff from around my neck now.
Okay, so let's go this direction then. Well, that's kind of a difficult question because we kind of already answered it. I was going to ask you, what can we expect coming up from Woodland Tech or there you go. You got me. Dang it. I tried not to do it. From Dual Sport Survival. There we go. Gosh darn it. I know you did the review of that book, the 3 books.
I think there's a couple more coming out actually.
Oh, really? Okay. Right. That looks pretty. Those look like, I mean, for those that are really into bushcraft or wanting to get into bushcraft, those look like they would be fantastic books to have.
Yeah, they are. I've learned a good bit out of them.
And what was it? Was it earlier this year or the end of this last year? Where didn't his house burn?
Yeah.
That was a while back here. Now, have you really heard anything much from him recently?
I know because I watched the GoFundMe account on there. You know, I kept an eye on it just to see, and I mean, people raised a insane amount of money for Dave.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, that's
You
awesome.
know, I'm pretty sure at this point by now he's probably got a new house from the amount that his fans raised for him.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, and I mean, well, no, it's not, because you and I know what full well what the communities can do when they put their minds to it.
Oh yeah, our community helped me out a lot last year. I mean, in total, between the two raffles for Travis, the community raised over $6,000 for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know,
That's
and then
absolutely awesome.
I think for Peter Scott's raffle and auction and stuff pulled damn near $6,000.
Yeah. Yep. It's just, I've done a couple recently. They were, trust me, they were a lot smaller than that. But, you know, anything I try to help, as much as possible. And with that one, I was going through a point where I was like, man, what can I do? What can I do? And I had a bunch of fixed blades that I just knew I wasn't going to get on the channel. It just, I'm with where I'm at and what I do, fixed blades just aren't larger fixed blades, I should say. They're not gonna make it, you know. And so I was like, you know what? I have all these larger fixed blades. I'm just gonna raffle them off. And we did that for monster racing and raised a bit of money that way. That was pretty cool. But it's unfortunately, with everything going on, we've got a lot of people in the community that are, for a lack of a better term, not the best off. You know what I mean?
Yep, I know that all too well.
Yeah, I know. I know. So it's just we do what we can. We try. And before you ask me a question, you've got my interest peaked because I'm supposedly having a mascot coming.
Oh yeah, Minette ordered you a mascot for your channel. You know, she collects Build-A-Bear. She was on their website.
Oh my goodness.
And this little guy was on there, and because of your logo, she goes, JB.
Well, that's too cool. That's awesome. I mean, you guys have seen my table. Let's see. I've got all sorts of, I mean, you can see it, but I've got all sorts of mementos on there that people have sent me, like Blue, my little robot. That was the first thing anybody ever gave me for the channel. It was just a little silly thing. And he's become a permanent part of the channel. It's mainly more just for fun, but I think that's one of the best things about this is making those connections with people.
Yep.
I think that's just the absolute that's the best thing about it, without far. Like this weekend. I mean, well, by the time they see this, it's going to be a week behind because this is going to post. We're doing this on Sunday night and it's going to post the following Saturday. But, this weekend I was just down in Portland with Zach, doing stuff there again, talking about the community as far as the retailers and
oh yeah, your giveaway is
suppliers
insane.
and just coming out, that was amazing. But it's not only that, it's just, I got to go say hey to Zach, and hang out with Zach for a little bit. And that was my total. I was seriously bummed about Blade Show West, all
Yep,
those getting
so was
canceled. I was seriously bummed about that because
Yeah.
it's cool to go look at knives. It's cool to go see what's new and coming out, but it's so much more cool to go see the people, talk to the people. That's just, that's so much more what I go for. And you want to hear a funny story?
What do you got?
So, SHOT Show coming up in January, right? Well, it was. It has since been canceled. Um, I actually applied to go as media, and I got approved. And then 2 days later, they canceled SHOT Show, and I'm sitting here going, "Oh no, I canceled SHOT Show."
Hmm.
I was like,
Mother.
I know. I was like, oh no. I signed up and I canceled SHOT Show. They didn't want me. Oh no. I was like, oh my goodness. So, but yeah, I was planning on going to SHOT Show, but now that got shot down. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna go on with this stuff, man. It's crazy. Are you guys pretty much all shut down again down there?
Yeah. Yeah, restaurants, you gotta, if you're dining in, you're eating under a tent type thing outside, or the tables underneath the awning.
I
And
don't.
like
I don't.
you go into a haircut place to get your beard trimmed or whatever, and they can't do a beard trim because you got to wear a mask while they cut your hair.
Right. Right. Huh. Now, see, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even think you can sit outside up here right now. I don't know for sure. I know they closed all the restaurants back down. I'm not 100% sure about out, but I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
know
I haven't
the
seen any
first
outdoor stuff.
picture. Yeah, I know, COVID was like first hitting when I first got together with Minette. And the
Hmm.
first picture I posted of us together, some moron messaged me, "Oh, you should be socially distancing." I'm like, "That's my girlfriend. She sleeps next to me. What's, you know?"
Yeah, you need a bed. You need a bed big enough so you can social distance.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
not that it'll help much.
I hear you. I hear you. But man, I tell you what, this has been really cool, man. I really glad we got the opportunity to sit down and talk a little bit. And now he's breaking out the Star Wars mask, and
No, that's my
I
my new
know.
dual sport helmet.
Did you get a new one?
Yep,
Oh,
this
sweet,
is
man.
the O'Neill Sierra 2. And it's cool. It's got this lens here, and then
Oh,
it's
nice.
got built-in shades and stuff.
Dude, did you just get that?
I've had it for a couple weeks now.
Because I think when we were talking the last time, that was about 2 weeks ago, you still had your old one, didn't you? Or did you? I thought you had your.
Mm,
I thought we were looking at your old helmet. I don't think we were looking at this one.
No, my old one, I might have pulled it down to show you how beat it was, but it's been in
Maybe.
my closet.
Maybe that's what it was. But all right, brother. Well, I tell you what. I think I'm gonna hit the road for now. But like I said, it's been absolutely awesome talking with you. I greatly appreciate you agreed to do this. Guys,
Yeah.
dual sport survival. You guys know Zeb. You knew Woodland Tactical. It's Zeb. It's new and improved Zeb, dual sport survival. You guys got to check him out. And like he said, down in the comments, let him know. Do you want to see more of the beat 'em up, bang 'em up that we knew from Woodland Tactical? Or are you more interested in the bushcraft or that type of thing? Let us know down in the comments what you're thinking and
Yeah.
what you
You
want to
want me to
see.
go batty, or do you want to see more of like how nimble and crafty is the blade?
There you
Or do you
go.
want to see a mix of both?
Yeah, yeah. There's always that too. But right on, brother. Well, like I said, thank you so much for doing this. I greatly appreciate it. Guys,
Yeah, thanks for having me.
check out Dual Sport Survival. There'll be a link down in the comment. To be perfectly honest with you, there's a link to dual sport survival in every video I do, because Zeb's one of my favorite people. So make sure y'all go check him out. So, all right, brother. We'll talk to you on the next. Oh, don't do that. You're going to cut me. You're going to cut me.
Booga booga.
Oh, God. All right, brother. We'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Later, everybody.